I got new bookshelves. I feel like I just moved into like my dorm. Oh no, I hate it. So, stay tuned. Raise your hand if you were so excited about your new bookshelves that you dragged them all the way into your bedroom, only to realize that you don't have enough floor space to build them in here, so now you have to drag them back out to your living room. Okay. I know you know at this point, I have new bookshelves, which actually requires me to reconfigure my entire room. Things have to move. Things have to move because the bookshelves are going on this wall over here, which means this stuff has to move, this chair has to come to a different corner, and most importantly, this bookshelf is going. She's being replaced. I actually already sold her on Facebook Marketplace, which means I have 25 minutes to clear everything off and give it a wipe down. And it's actually really cute because I got this off Facebook Marketplace when I first moved here, so it came with me from my first apartment in LA. This apartment, it served me well. Now she gets to go to a new home, which is really cute. So I think to start, I'm just gonna put all of these books on my desk to then deal with later. And yeah, that's all I got. That's where we're gonna start. So wish me luck. Let's get started. So terrifying right now. Like I literally feel like I just moved into like my dorm or something because my overhead lights are on. And my overhead lights are never on. So the overhead lights are on because every single lamp in my room is unplugged while I'm trying to figure this out. One of my roommates mounted the shelves into the wall for me, and now I'm panicking about the furniture situation. Like every other piece of furniture feels wrong in here. So, but I moved a lot of greenery over there to soothe my stress, and the shelves look good. So first look at the naked shelves with a few pieces to make me feel like this was not a total wash. Here we go. Ta-da! I actually think they look really cute. Usually that plant is in this corner and that plant was on the bookshelf in that corner. So yeah, the greenery might not stay. Also, there's a lot of space. Maybe like a little bit too much space. Also, I need a new rug, so I feel like that would help. My side table is usually here. I just moved it to this side and scooted my bed over just to see. And I don't think I like it. So obviously that would have to move if this has stayed. But like, I feel like if anything, I would need a matching side table on that side, but I just feel like that would feel like a lot. Also, I don't even want to talk about what's going on over here, and yeah. So I have some troubleshooting to do in here, but I'm gonna work on getting the lamps plugged back in so that we can get rid of that. But I mean, they're kind of cute. I don't know. Wish me luck. Wish me luck. I think I have successfully gathered every single book that I own that I've read, and I just piled them on the bed. So I'm gonna go ahead and sort them into genres, and then I have to see if they'll all fit on these two shelves, because they might not. And if they don't, I fear I have to order a third one. So let's find out. And I still have to tidy up my room after completely ripping it apart. So I think I'm gonna tentatively put everything on the shelves just to see if it all fits. And I kind of like put a few of my like trinkety items on there and my Harry Potters just because it was easier just to bring them straight in here and put them on the shelves because they were all together. But I have more trinkets that I would like to be able to put on these shelves. So I don't know, I just need to see. I think that these will more than fit, I'm pretty sure, but I'm also not positive. So I'm just gonna see how well they fit and then we will circle back. So, okay.
Of that, and I kind of want it to be up here. But I also have young adult romance and young adult mystery. Maybe I should just shift it. Okay, let's do that. Oh no, I hate it. I think I want romance on this shelf. Gosh, I'm really stressed out.
Also, for sure, every single one of these is gonna fit on the shelf and I'm gonna have room. So. Okay. This is me talking to myself. This is actually crazy because everything that's on here is my young adult / middle grade books. So all that's left is my adult fiction and non-fiction. So it's just crazy the ratio. Actually, you know what? Actually, it might be half and half. I'd be interested to count and see. What is my prettiest genre? Obviously, romance is really pretty. The classics are pretty. The thrillers are definitely the least cute. So maybe I'll do them. Maybe I'll put them here because it's hidden by the drapey plant. Okay, let's just see. It's looking like maybe romance is gonna be the top shelf. Romance and classics, which I like that idea. Okay. I don't know where to put the nonfiction. I feel like nonfiction and classics should be on the same shelf. So maybe I'll do classics, nonfiction. Let's just do that really quick. Also, some of the books that are in the classics stack are not actually classics. Oh, shoot, wait. I also have adult fantasy classics. Shoot, no, maybe I feel like next it should be sci-fi. I'm all over the place. Okay, I'm doing sci-fi next. I have some books that I've been debating on hauling that I think I'm just going to group together for now. Something about this is very strange. Something about this organization is not right. Here's what I'm gonna do. I might have to just shift it all down a shelf. Okay, we're shifting it down, everyone. We're gonna do nonfiction and work backwards. That's what we're gonna do. This is taking so long. So I have to call it for tonight, but this is where we're starting. I'm gonna revisit this in the morning, but initial pass done. Okay. Hi. It's actually 2 days later. I ended up not touching the shelves yesterday. Not gonna lie, I was a little bit overwhelmed. Every time I looked at the shelves, I was like, I don't know what needs fixing. I didn't have the patience to figure it out yesterday. So, tackling it today, I realized a couple of things. First things first, I did put Taylor Jenkins Reid in the romance section. Pretty sure it's just contemporary fiction, like general literary fiction, so I do have to move her. Second thing, I realized that moving things on shelves that are really packed full is gonna be a very stressful ordeal. So third thing, I sort of started evaluating the books that I own that maybe I don't need to keep, including, but maybe not limited to, my Vampire Academy series, the Red Queen series, the Mara Dyer trilogy, of which I only have 2, and Delirium. The thing about all of those is they're old favorites. The Red Queen series I'm so ready to part with because I reread it last year and I didn't love it. So there's no reason for me to hang on to it if I don't think I'm ever gonna read it again. So that's kind of already, I'm sold on clearing that off the shelf. The Vampire Academy ones, I actually forgot that I had. I was obsessed with Vampire Academy in high school, but I read them all on my phone. So I do have digital copies of all of those books. So I don't necessarily have to keep them because again, just I'm not sure that I'll be revisiting them. So there's that. And then lastly, the last observation that I made, and perhaps the most important one. These are basically full. I know I have some books on display and the entire top shelf is trinketed up, so I can definitely clear some of that off. I'm not super stressed about that. However, at the pace that I'm reading and with the amount of unread books I have on my TBR cart currently, which is 70 something, I'm gonna need a third bookshelf sometime in the next couple months probably. So, yeah. I'm also not stressing myself out too much with trying to get this to be perfect because, like I said, I'm already thinking about the fact of like how difficult it is to keep up with like things in order and where they're supposed to be when you're constantly reading and having to add things and shift things and whatnot. Like literally yesterday I finished 28 Summers and was like, so that means I have to put it somewhere. You know? So I think for today, my focus is just going to be like coming to a decision on the books that I'm taking away for now, because I already have, I don't even know if you can, I don't know if you can see it, but I have a stack going against the wall over there that's an unhaul pile. So I'm definitely going to be doing an unhaul, probably a little free library trip in the next couple of weeks, but I want to make sure that I've solidified the books that I am removing from the collection. So I know it's going to be Red Queen, maybe Vampire Academy. I think for right now, I'm just going to try and shift things around. If I am removing things like series of that size, the issue is of course that I will need to put more trinkets in the actual shelves themselves, and all of them are on top right now, which looks fine. Like it looks a little chaotic, but it looks decent, I think. But if I'm moving trinkets around and putting things on the lower shelves, I don't know what the top shelf is gonna look like. So we're gonna do some more trial and error. We're gonna see what we can come up with, and then obviously once I have it where I want it to be for right now, I will give you guys an overview tour of what I've settled on. So okay, let's do a little bit more evaluating of the shelves. First things first, these are gonna find a new home. Okay. I think I am going to, at least for right now, take Vampire Academy off the shelves and see what kind of organization I can do without those 7 books, and just see. I'm not making any decisions right this second, so I just don't know. Like I really can't decide if I'm ever gonna revisit them. I don't know. Okay, taking them off for now, and we'll see what happens from here. Okay. I think it's better than it was in terms of organization on the bottom. Obviously, as one would expect, I actually have a lot of room without the Red Queen and Vampire Academy series on the bottom, so I had to do some reconfiguring, and I'm not like obsessed with it, but I at least have all of the genres for the most part correctly divided. So I think I'm good to show you what to be working with for the foreseeable future. Okay. Hey, different day, same outfit, no questions at this time. Thank you. Okay, yes. Hi. So it's been a couple days actually, and I have sat with how I reorganized everything last time I talked to you guys, and I think that this is how it's gonna stay, at least for just like a little bit. So I think we're ready for a little bit of a bookshelf tour situation. So I have no idea how this is gonna go angles wise. We're just gonna have to see what I can make work, but I'm really excited. Okay, let's do it. Feels really silly. Okay, so obviously top shelf is mostly trinkets. We have a lantern, we have a couple coffee table books. We've got the trinket thing going on. It's my favorite piece that sits up there. It was from a blind box that I did on my birthday, and I love him. So he sits up here, and then on this side, I decided that every month I'm gonna put my monthly TBR on the top shelf just to like remind myself what I'm working with. So I have this cute little plant that drapes down. We will see how long I can keep her alive for. And then I have my May TBR, including the book that I finished from it, and then realized I would have to find a place for it on the shelves, but figured I'd leave it out until after the May wrap up. Deal with that later. So anyways, that's the top shelf. Literally just trinkets, greenery, and then the monthly TBR, which is nice because that means I have this entire shelf to work with as I accumulate more books. Yeah, that's shelf number 1. Okay, the angles thing is really difficult. Okay, so first section we have is actually romance. I didn't know where to put Bride, so I went ahead and just put it with Love Theoretically, which is my other Ali Hazelwood book, because I was like, I don't know. I could technically put it with my adult fantasy, but that feels strange. So she's gonna stay here for now. But yeah, we have my romance, obviously Happy Place. Still has my #1 Emily Henry slot, but I am gonna be reading Funny Story like next week. So stay tuned for what happens there. But yeah, I just put my romance books on top because they're so colorful and they're so cute. And I love that Happy Place is like one of the first things that you notice when you walk in the door. And then it continues into my classics section. So section number 2 is classics, and it starts with Fahrenheit 451. And like I said, I think I said this when I was organizing the shelf, but like not all of these books are classics. First of all, okay, not all of these books are classics. I haven't read all of them, and some of them are just like authors that feel like classics authors, but I don't actually know if the book itself is considered a classic. But this is my shelf, okay? So, you know. The classic section starts with Fahrenheit 451 and goes to Dracula by Bram Stoker. And then we actually go into nonfiction, which I'm actually shocked by how many nonfiction books I have. It's not even that many, but I genuinely thought it was going to be like 2. So it's actually the rest of this shelf, and it ends with memoirs, which I made its own section because I actually have also read I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. I just don't have a copy of it and I want to get one. So I want memoirs to have their own moment in the spotlight. So please excuse the fact that I was just like in the plant. Because like, what are you gonna do, you know? Next up, right below the romance section, here continuing from the nonfiction, technically I have 3 just like movie slash TV show memorabilia books because it feels like that would be in the nonfiction section because it's scripts slash the official movie companion for Little Women, the movie. So they just have their own section because I actually have no idea what to do with them. And then we go into mystery thrillers. Obviously, Secret History being displayed because 5-star read, one of my favorite books. Loved it so much when I read it last year for the first time. I've got my Riley Sagers, my Lucy Foley's. It's honestly, I don't have like that big of a collection of physical copies of thrillers. I feel like most of the time I donate them when I'm done, or I've just like read them digitally like on my Kindle recently. So it's honestly a smaller section than I was expecting, but like it makes sense. And then it continues into my literary fiction, which stops at Taylor Jenkins Reid. We've got Beartown, we've got a couple of just like contemporary fiction and TJR. And after starts my adult fantasy slash magical realism section. And it was like a shock to the system when I realized that consisted of 4 books. That's it. Like anything else I've read that's fantasy is young adult. So I like it was a bit shocking. Yeah. Also, I feel like Vampires of El Norte technically counts as horror. I only have 2 books that technically count as horror. So for now, I'm just leaving them in the larger categories, and as I continue to read and the library continues to grow, obviously I will focus more on subsections of the genres. But for now, this is gonna stay in adult fantasy. This is not a 5-star read for me, but I'm just obsessed with the cover. Like, every time I see it, I have to pause and pay my respects to whoever designed this cover. So she's on display. Honestly, if House in the Cerulean Sea wasn't in this section, which I truly thought it was categorized as young adult, maybe it is. Let me know. But if they weren't so close together, I would display House in the Cerulean Sea as well, because I also think that cover is really cute, but unfortunately she wins out. So then we have adult sci-fi, young adult general fiction, and then young adult romance, which let me just bring it over here. I did not realize I only have 4. I only have 4 young adult romance. I think I must have just like donated the other ones. I think I must have, like in little free library videos, but it's kind of crazy. I made sure to keep, I recently collected these 2 Morgan Matson books because Morgan Matson and Sarah Dessen raised me and I needed physical copies of that. So anyways, okay, moving on. I'm fully sitting on the ground now. So continuing down, it continues the young adult section. So like the top half of my bookshelves are all adult novels, and then the bottom half are all young adult fiction. It's actually a pretty even split, which honestly I would have expected it to be a lot more young adult, but I feel like recently specifically I've been a lot more drawn to adult fiction, which like, yeah, because I'm older now. So anyways, that being said, this starts with young adult dystopia, because originally when I organized the shelves, I had just everything that was considered young adult dystopia slash fantasy slash whatever. I was just like combining it all, but I decided to separate dystopia. So we have Darkest Minds, Hunger Games, Delirium, and then the Harry Potters start the fantasy section, which I know technically Harry Potter is somewhere in between young adult and middle grade. I feel like it goes from middle grade to young adult like midway through, but I don't know, towards the bottom the splits get a little muddy because like I don't really know how to categorize things, and also who gives, as long as they're in like relatively the right place. I also forgot to say all of this is by genre and then alphabetical by author. That kind of falls to the wayside down here because it became a matter of keeping series together. So obviously I have all of the hardcover Harry Potter books. I collected them slowly from thrift stores, which was really fun, and I actually just realized though that one of them has book mold. So dealing with that later. Then down here, I have the first 3 ACOTAR books, which I actually have not read the 3rd one, so I don't really know. I realized that like a couple days ago, but honestly, if I feel like if I take it away, it ruins the aesthetic. So we're leaving her for now. And I just have like a little catch-all dish and perfume on top of that just for decoration. And then we have the Heroes of Olympus books, which please don't ask me why Mark of Athena is not in hardcover. I don't know. I don't know and I need to fix it, okay? I know I need to fix it. And then my Percy Jackson books, which are presently being hidden by my TBR jar that holds all of my bookmarks. I have a lot of cute little bookmarks in here. I felt like they needed to be displayed. But yeah, the prompts are all still in the bottom of this, but the bookmarks sit on top and I just take them out when I'm filming the TBR jar video. This angle feels literally crazy, but it's okay. We're on the home stretch. On the bottom, I have all of my Shadowhunters books, and as you can see, none of them match. I'm working on it. I can't decide if I want to try and collect all the paperbacks of the original versions or just go with the matching spines. I genuinely can't decide. So yeah, we have Shadowhunters, The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer, and then that's the end of the fantasy dystopia section, which brings us to our final section, which is young adult mystery slash thriller, and then middle grade books. I have The Last Treasure, which was like my favorite book as a kid, and then Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret by Judy Blume, and then lastly just like two, like they're almost like journal adjacent books. And luckily, I don't know if you can tell, the very edge of the shelf, I'm just using this Polaroid and this candle to like take up space, so I already am like, I'm set. I can fit like 5 books on the shelf easily just by like shifting everything over, so we love to see it. Okay, so that is the current state of the bookshelves. I'm probably gonna do like an in-depth book collection tour, probably like at the end of the year, which will include probably a bookshelf tour as well, to like kind of see how things have changed, see what books I got to, what books I'm deciding to unhaul, etc, etc. So I think I'm gonna insert shots of like my finished room as well, just to show you guys where we ended up furniture wise as well. And yeah, okay, I'm gonna show you those before and afters, and then I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!